Berlin stands upon the vast European plain in northeastern Germany, on the banks of the river Spree. Berlin's history has been one of triumph and tragedy, tyranny and transformation. Brought to her knees by 2 world wars and then divided throughout much of the Cold War, Berlin has re-emerged, blossoming into one of the world's economic and creative powerhouses. With a population of only 3.5 million, Berlin enjoys an air of spaciousness not found in many other European capitals. Berlin is an incredibly green city, both physically and politically. At times it feels like the city was built just to fill in the gaps between its many parks, forests and lakes. With hundreds of miles of bike paths, stringent traffic regulations and an absence of hills, Berlin is the perfect city to explore on foot or by bicycle. A legacy of Berlin's checkered history is a cityscape of every imaginable architectural style. From the Gothic to the Baroque, from the socialist to the futuristic. Yet somehow it all works, magnificently. The Brandenburg Gate rose in the 18th century as a symbol of peace. It was battered in the Second World War, then isolated by the division of Berlin before becoming the rallying point during the joyous days of the reunification. A block to the north, the Reichstag is also a symbol of a Berlin reborn. Gutted by fire in 1933 and reduced to rubble during the fall of Berlin, today visitors can climb the Reichstag's transparent dome for a bird's-eye view of the city. Occupying an entire city block is the Holocaust Memorial, an unsettling reminder of the consequences of letting the roots of intolerance take hold. Rolling out before the Brandenburg Gate is the Tiergarten, a 500-acre tapestry of forests, woodlands and canals. The Tiergarten is also home to the Victory Column, the Soviet War Memorial and Bellevue Palace, the official residence of the German president. But her most famous resident of all is the Berlin Zoo. Featuring over 1,500 species and enclosures that look more like natural habitats, the Berlin Zoo is one of the most visited zoological gardens in Europe. Berlin is a city of churches. Retaining its war-damaged spire, the Kaiser Wilhelm Memorial Church is a shining example of Berlin's ability to honor its past while forging a bold architectural future. But perhaps Berlin's most striking place of worship is the Chapel of Reconciliation, the spiritual heart of the Berlin Wall Memorial. Near the center of Berlin, another section of the infamous wall has become a memorial, of a more colorful kind. Featuring the work of 100 international artists, the East Side Gallery is one of the largest outdoor art exhibits in the world. And the theme? Freedom, of course. Featured in countless spy novels and films, Checkpoint Charlie was the Cold War's most famous border crossing. The adjacent museum explores the history of the checkpoint and the ingenious ways in which Berliners defected from east to west. The Cold War years remain an endless source of fascination for Berliners and visitors alike. At the DDR Museum, visitors are invited to rummage through the drawers and cupboards of its exhibits, which recreate life in East Germany during socialist rule. Directly opposite the DDR Museum is Museum Island, a chance to step even further back in time. Now an internationally protected heritage site, the island is home to 5 museums, each one specializing in different periods of the arts and sciences. The Berlin Cathedral also stands on Museum Island. Once inside, climb the wide 270-step staircase to the observation deck and breathe in the colors of the city below. Berlin is also a city of great civic squares. The Bebelplatz is home of the Humboldt University. Alexanderplatz became a showcase for Soviet architecture throughout the Cold War. The Fernsehturm, a futuristic 1960s TV tower, still evokes mankind's eternal quest to reach for the stars. Potsdamer Platz was once known as the Times Square of Berlin. Since reunification, the area has regenerated into a visionary space where all Berliners can celebrate their city together as one. Welcome to the Berlin of the 21st century, a city proving to the world that tolerance, creativity and passion can bear the most incredible fruit.